and all the way. Love is a dance by Miss Arnie when she was... Don't talk to anyone. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share a day in the life of our homeschool, and this particular day was actually the very first day of homeschool for 2025. So our theme of February is Valentines, so everything we are learning about this month is based around the theme of love and relationships, and you're going to see that in our lessons throughout the day. So I did start filming before the kids were awake. So this is what I do from 5 a.m. till around 6:30, 7 a.m. So I am looking over my monthly plan, which I do record in my laptop, and I'm writing it down into my weekly schedule, which is a part of my all-in-one homeschool planner. It is a digital download. I'll leave the link to that in the description box if you guys are interested. But on this particular day, one of my kids woke up extra early, so I decided to do his independent reading with him before the other kids got up. And then I did the same thing with my next child who woke up early. She is in Kindy, no, she's in year 1 this year, and she can read right now. My main focus for this year is going to be improving her math and just building her love for reading. So after the independent reading was done, I got the kids brekkie. They just had porridge and bananas that day, and then we got into our morning time. So our morning time as Christians consists of a poem. We are reading through a garden of verses. So I read a poem first thing in the morning, and then we will say our prayer and bless the day, and then I will get into reading our catechism for the day. We are going through the theology book. I absolutely love it. I love how simple and clear it explains truths from the Bible in a way that my kids can fully comprehend. So I only do this on Mondays, and then I will go into reading a chapter of the Bible. Now, I did originally plan to read through Genesis, which is what we were doing at the end of last year, but for whatever reason I decided to start reading Matthew. So we are reading through the New Testament this term instead. Bless them with many children, and no plague will befall you. And if you watched my planning video, it was my most recent upload. On this actual day, so many things that I had planned to do ended up changing, and that's just what happens when you are homeschooling. You can have the most perfect plan that you think is going to work out, but especially when it's the beginning of a new term or the new year, things just change. And honestly, I really enjoyed this particular day of homeschool, and it's now the end of the week, and I am really loving the curriculum that we have been using. But after our Bible reading, we do our scripture memory. I did start this 2 years ago when my son was in prep or level K for my American friends on here. I use the Charlotte Mason method with the scripture memory box, and it works really amazing. So I am just ticking off and making notes in my daily plan just to track everything. But after our morning time, we did have a break and do our chores. And now I am getting into the girls' word work and their handwriting. So they have their workbooks out, and they are just going to be doing that on their own independently as I work one-on-one with my son. He is the eldest, and he is in year 2 this year. His workload is a lot bigger and a lot more complicated than the girls. And so we are going through the Good and the Beautiful language arts. He's using the Booster B books and cards. And like I said, the girls are just doodling in their handwriting books. This is not like a proper curriculum handwriting that they are using. I just bought those books from Kmart, and it's actually really, really great. Of course, I am multitasking because as a mum of a lot of littles, you can't just homeschool. I wish I could, and one day I will, but for now, while I am homeschooling my 3 children, I do have to look after 2 toddlers as well, and that means multitasking and do multiple things at the same time. So my son is going through the Good and the Beautiful language arts curriculum level 1 right now. I really enjoy it. He doesn't hate it. He's not like overly excited about it. But what I do really appreciate about this curriculum is how short and concise each type of thing he is learning within his language arts is. For example, he will do like 2 words of spelling, and then he will move on to a grammar lesson, and then he will do like a sentence of handwriting. Everything is extremely short within the lesson, and I think for boys who, in my opinion, have a bit shorter attention spans, he enjoys it a lot more than, say, like a Charlotte Mason style of language arts. So my girls tidied up their own work, and now me and my son are getting into his math lesson as the girls and my babies go off and play. So this is where I again will multitask. I will kind of do my girls' hair and get them dressed while he is doing his lesson with me. He is pretty good, guys. I do wish that I could focus with him and he would be less distracted, but this is the way things have always been, and honestly he's really good at being able to focus on his work with all the noise and mess going around him. So we are using the Good and the Beautiful math. He is nearly finished math level 2, and this is what I really love about homeschooling, is that you go at your own pace with each child. He is at his grade level for his language arts, but he's, in my opinion, just really good at math. He picks up concepts so quickly, even though I'm a horrible explainer. And I do think the Good and the Beautiful math, they don't explain concepts very well. I have really enjoyed things so far, but I do think I may be looking at different curriculum once we hit math level 3, because I'm just finding things are moving quite quickly right now, and I think he needs a bit more time to solidify the principles that he has learned so far. So he did struggle with a few things in that lesson. To be fair, he's had like 2 months off. So I made notes of the things that he needed help with, and then we moved on to his piano lesson. There are breaks in between these things. We are not moving straight into the next lesson each time. He is running off, having a break, 20 to 30 minutes, and then we get into our next lesson. We can learn the pattern of whole steps and half steps. So I have already gone to the gym at this point, so there's been about 3 hours between the piano lesson and now, and this is where the kids are having a drink and a snack, and then I am reading our literature to them. And overlooked at her. This is Toddlers, the Greek mythology book. I really enjoy it. I think it brings up so many great discussion points on pagan worldviews, and then we're able to compare and contrast that to our Christian worldview, so it's really fun. My son has basically finished his schoolwork for the day, and now I get to focus on my girls. So we are using the Artful Teaching Joyful Learning curriculum, and this is their word work lesson. So the girls get to practice different words and sounds in the UG family, and then they get to practice writing it out using their finger. My 2 girls are at quite different developmental levels, even though they are only 14 months apart, but I have chosen to go the easier route and do their lessons together. Is raga word U-G, okay? Now, where are we? 7 days in a week. And then my little 3-year-old gets to listen to his songs. It's so cute. So that's what we did for their lesson. It only took about 10 minutes and they had so much fun. And then everyone wanted to do math with the girls because they had love heart lollies. So of course it was a family ordeal, and it was really fun. I really enjoyed watching my 3-year-old get into it. He's never actually done homeschool with us. Sign is plus. Lulu, say plus. like 10.
So for the girls' math, we were doing addition problems using 10 frames. So I was teaching them what the numbers look like, what addition is. My 5-year-old completely gets it already, but my 4-year-old, it is a concept that she is yet to learn. So like I said, I've been focusing more on her level, and it'll just be really easy for my year 1 girl. So at this point, we had a quick family break. We all cuddled up on the couch and read our read aloud story. And we do a read aloud before we get into our table time invitation each day. On this particular day, we did need to quickly make a loaf of bread. This is the first loaf of bread we have made in my new bread maker. I just got it from Kmart. Love it. So happy we get to make our own bread at home now. And then I set up our table time invitation. So as I said in the beginning, our theme for this month is love. And so we went through photos of people in our family. I do have 2 more children who do not live with us, so we're looking over photos of our memories, and it was just so nice. They miss their siblings so much. And then they got to paint little hearts, and then they wrote the names of the people who are dear to them on their love hearts, and that's basically social studies with them. And that was our day.
I am so annoyed. I'm pretty sure that I just figured out how to work my camera, and that was like within the last shot of filming this video. But this was the first day of our homeschool. This is the very last thing that they are doing today. We are just going to pack up. It is around 4 p.m, but we did have little breaks throughout the day, as you guys would have heard. Let me know if this is a video that you enjoyed. Let me know any other related videos that you guys would like to see from me. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next one.